crazy and like lighting fucking mailboxes of voter ballots on fire.
Oh yeah, I saw. There's a couple of different ballot boxes on.
I've seen plenty of stories. I've seen plenty of stories about.
Oh my god! And then the guy with the that was trying to run away from the popo.
Oh, that thing you sent to the.
Let
me see if I can find that. We'll play it for.
Play it for the girlies.
Well,
does Erica have one of the addresses to send links if she wants to?
No.
I do. It's called like "Fuck You, Maddie" or something.
Fucking Maddie.
Fucking Maddie.
Yeah.
Fucking Maddie.
I have sent stuff. Before.
Okay.
B5.
B5.
Mm-hmm. 5 ever.
5 ever.
And we are recording.
All right.
This thing on?
Well, we're just gonna hit this while I'm thinking. This song really is a fucking bop.
Banger.
Police drag on Salon.
Pete's chiming in, guys. Pete is chiming in.
Oh, I'm doing something else in honor of you.
Oh, you got the Oreo Coke.
I saw the Oreo Coke. It was the last one in the thing.
It's delicious, right?
Are you enjoying it?
No, I wanted more Oreo.
Oh yeah. It
doesn't have enough Oreo for me.
Yeah.
Here's this guy.
Definitely only Oreo.
This guy. Wait, did I send this?
Dude, he's not.
Yeah,
he's not putting up with this cop shit.
There's cops behind and in front of him.
Those are cop cars he's slamming into.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't they should have tased him long ago?
And short of that, what a bullet.
Here we go. This is fucking fantastic. He makes the last maneuver with the tase fucking thing stuffed in him.
See ya.
Holy fuck.
I'm sorry, those
You know,
like,
one of those cops was like,
And you know, well, they knew somebody was taping, so like, well, we can't shoot him.
Not taping.
Well, what are we recording? It's not a record. Well, it actually is. I mean, all right. Let's get
I
out.
feel like the kids call it videoing, and I hate that.
I hate that too.
I'm videoing.
Videoing, guys. Anyway, we got shit to get into, namely, Mischief Night. Hey, everyone, welcome back to the Media Virus Podcast. Tonight, we are talking about that eerie, chaotic, slightly mysterious night before Halloween. That's right. Mischief Night. Also known as Cabbage Night, Devil's Night, or Goosey Night, depending on where you are.
To be silly goose?
Ever wondered why some of us go out and TP houses while others safely inside, locking their doors? Let's dive into the mischievous history, the legendary pranks, and even some true stories of Mischief Night.
Yeah, Matt, we can start with the basics. How did Mischief Night even begin? Some trace it back to the UK's old May Day celebrations, but in the US, it really took off in the 1930s. Originally, Mischief Night was all about good-natured pranks, think harmless hijinks now. But as years went by, it got a bit more intense, like flaming bag on the porch intense. In cities like Detroit, where it's called Devil's Night, it actually became famous for some pretty serious mischief in the 80s. It got so intense that the city actually started volunteer patrols to prevent property damage and arson. Nowadays, Mischief Night ranges from silly pranks to a few extreme ones depending on where you are.
Let me change the slide.
Yeah. Boom. All right.
What the heck? Mishish.
Don't listen.
It's written in code, Pete. We don't want
Sure.
we don't
All right, let's get into some of the classic pranks. These go from innocent, maybe, or to, maybe left better to history. Toilet papering, the classic TPing of the house, or good trees, good old harmless fun, right? Unless, of course, you're the one cleaning it up. Sorry, Mr. Jenkins.
There's soap on the windows is another good one. This one's a little old school, but smearing soap on windows was huge back in the day. A pain to clean, but doesn't do much harm. Plus, it leaves a spooky, foggy look to welcome your neighbors.
Egging, which is different from pegging. Egging. This one is a little bit more damaging. If you've ever scrubbed dried egg off a car, you know why it's on the naughty list. Egg responsibly, people. And what you want to do is, aim for glass, or steel surfaces, the dog, a cat, the homeowner. Those can all be egged with no real problem. One of the bits that we used to like to pull, because I've been smoking since I was 12.
Ugh.
So I always had cigarettes and a lighter, and we'd always acquire fireworks.
Yep.
And we'd always save them for mischief night. And you can make a pretty good timer out of a cigarette. Just poke a hole in it at the bottom. You get it going. You smoke it like halfway down. Then you poke a hole in the bottom. And you stick the fuse of the firecracker in that hole. And then you let it sit upright. And you leave it wherever you're going to leave it. We may or may not have put them in mailboxes. We may or may not have, put them like in exhaust pipes or something, under. And really, there's safe places to do it. That's all I'm going to say about that. So,
Okay.
and it will, and then you have like a good 10 minutes to walk away. You're around the block when you hear it go
Anyway.
and
But
it's so funny.
In today's world, there's actually a small problem with with that old school method.
What's that?
If you buy pre-rolled cigarettes in this country right now, most of our cigarettes are manufactured so that they are legal in other places, so that they can be sold abroad, especially in our PXs to our military guys. But in Europe, there's a standard that cigarettes have to be fire safe, so that if you fall asleep with it, you run very little risk of burning the house down. The rule is cigarettes actually have to burn out if they go for 40 seconds without being.
I never had that issue.
Well, not
Never
then,
once.
not then, but
because it was. I'm talking 30 fucking years ago now.
I know you are. I'm saying that you can't use that method today because cigarettes burn out.
Well, we have a Mishish Night pranks list. The toilet, papering, sape windows, egging, mailbox swap.
Oh, that's a good one.
Prip King.
Oh, Ivan Prip King.
You remember going out in Prip King?
I used to Prip King all the time.
Dude, I was like, my friends would call me up, dude. Like, do you want to go?
Do you Prip King alone or do you Prip King with friends?
You got to have friends with you to Prip King, dude, or you're fucked. And then, there's soaping window.
Wind-ons.
And wind-ons.
Isn't that an I?
Wind-ons.
Oh, wind-ons. Yes, you got a soaping window and wind-ons.
Wind-ons.
And then we have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 4, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 4.
What
and the last number 4 is just a picture of something.
Yeah.
Who
All
fed
right.
it? Who gave AI drugs today?
But you know what? Here's some tips to stay
These are even
safe
better.
on Mischief Night.
I was wondering why you were saying it wrong, and I just wasn't looking.
You want to stick to Hormuz pranks.
Oh yeah, my pranks are always Hormies.
For sure.
Yeah, the Hormuz. And then stay with friends. Respect your Fainbers. Respect your neighbors.
Fuck that.
That's good advice.
And
Re-east up after.
Oh, I forgot to do that once. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes.
Your
If
mom
you don't
get mad?
re-east up, then you're going to get a yeast infection.
That's
And you
right.
don't want to get a yeast infection. So
Not in October, you don't.
No, you got to re-yeast. And then you clean up after. There's a lot of folks who say you should go clean up. Then, if you toilet papered someone's house. Personally, I enjoy going the next day trick-or-treating to those houses knowing that I fucked their fucking house up and now they're giving me fucking candy. You know what I mean? I already tricked you. Now give me my treat.
It would only be better if you asked if you could use their bathroom.
And then pissed on their toilet paper.
I was going to say just blow it up and use some more of their paper, but sure.
Oh, well. I mean, if you want to.
Maybe leave them an upper decker.
So now Mischief Night is apparently like the biggest in New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, from the research that I've done, now there was an article on Mischief Night. I didn't have AI make copy from the article, but Mischief Night is a beloved and sometimes notorious tradition in New Jersey. And if you grew up in the Garden State, you probably have some wild tales from October 30th. How did this night of pre-Halloween pranking become such a staple? Well, we already went into that, didn't we?
I think we did.
Yes, we did. But it's pretty much, you go out. Your first Mischief Night, you leave the house a little boy. But when you come back a man. It's a rite of passage, Mischief Night.
Sure.
October 30th.
Have never. Like, maybe I've heard of it.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. You are Hispanic. You have things like quinceañeras, where there's a mark that says this person has celebrated. This person is now in the world of grown-ups, like
Dia de las Muertes.
like Jewish people do. White people don't have that. You have to find your own rites of passage.
Yeah,
driver's license, graduating high school, things like that. Like, that's all you get. So Mischief Night is one of those things where, you don't have the balls to go out, maybe, take some hostages and maybe demand a ransom or something like that.
What?
You start out slow with like soaping windows.
Am I the only one hearing this?
What?
What?
It's Mischief Night.
Listen.
Like, you got to work your way up to setting, buildings on fire. You got to start with like small leaf piles and stuff.
Yeah.
This is so fucking white.
What?
I mean, listen, I get the smashing of the pumpkin and being a pain in the ass.
There was literally a band called Smashing Pumpkins, man. That's where it came from. That's how important.
The Irish?
Smashing Pumpkins?
Aren't they Irish?
No.
No.
Well, Billy Corgan, I think, might be Irish.
But
they're not like
in the long run, but I think he's like from Texas or something, isn't he?
Oh. I thought they were foreign.
No.
Hold on. That reminds me, just real quick, a little anecdote. I have been listening to this song for like 3 years, and it's so good. And tell me why I thought I thought it was like Arabic. It's a reggaeton song, but it's also like house. And I thought it was Arabic. And so I was telling my friend who's Lebanese, I was like, yo, these songs are fire. And I sent her like 3 songs, and she was like, oh my God, love it. But like, that was it. And then so I was like, well, let me look up the artist to like find her like more songs.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me why it wasn't Arabic.
Tell
it's
me
actually
why.
Dutch.
Dutch.
These men are rapping in fucking Dutch. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, these fucking Arabic fucking rappers. Ew.
Well,
Such a
to
cringe.
be fair, there are a lot of Muslim folks that live in Holland
Mm.
that
Oh, so
speak
maybe.
Arabic. So they may be
Oh, nice guy.
guys who also speak Arabic, but they may be trying to reach a larger audience in Dutch.
Perhaps.
There's also a lot of English spoken in Holland.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a little concerned about what I'm going to wake up to tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Our house gets egged.
Our house gets egged.
Not on
in
mischief
April.
night. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of those things. And it's not. Here's the thing: is that the woman that used to live here was related to a lot of folks, and she moved away, and they're angry that she moved away.
Oh,
so they're throwing eggs at our house.
Is that what it is?
you didn't come and send her away, right?
No,
No. You got to understand the emotional intelligence level of the people that live in this community.
Sure.
They are 5-year-olds. They
Right.
are all emotionally 5-year-olds. And that's the only, they're.
So at the end of the day, the fact that you're as far as they're concerned, you're in someone else's house and need to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
A person who left of her own volition.
Right. Moved away from you on purpose.
Presumably, yes.
Oh, well, she did. She sold the house and moved away.
No, her mom owned the house. The woman that lived here did move away, but
the woman that sold us the house
was her mom.
Oh, so her mom threw her out.
Probably.
All right. See, now that makes more sense.
But
you got it's
they think you're renters.
Whatever.
Hmm.
So they think they're still hurting somebody who's not even connected to the situation any longer.
That could be it.
I feel like they don't.
I don't. You know what? It's also one of those things where, I don't give a fuck what the reasoning is. I'm just going to put up cameras and press charges as much as I can.
Okay.
Probably not a bad plan.
Somebody might get shot with a pellet gun tonight.
I'm
not all that sure.
Just make sure that they're inside your house and they're facing you.
I'll drag that motherfucker in my house.
So my brother mentioned mischief night when the baby was 2. She's 5 now.
He wants to
and
start early.
he brought her to my parents' house to do a toilet paper thing to teach her about mischief night. But then the next day, she might have been 3 because I remember her talking and she said, "Sorry, Gwampy, sorry." And I remember that. I mean, that's still how she talks, though. But I remember her having to clean up the silly string and the toilet paper from the bushes.
Right. It's interesting that you had never heard of this, but Josh found it so important.
Right. That's why it was weird.
Well, I feel like he heard about it when he got here and he was like, "Oh, yes, I need to have a kid."
Yeah, some people just gravitate to the idea of causing mischief on mischief night. I'm one of those people. I would prefer to go out and cause the mischief. However, being a homeowner, I have to, Oh, dude, let me tell you something. If I thought I could get away with
something in empathy.
Is that empathy?
Yeah, you feel bad for the homeowners that are cleaning up eggs in them.
Our first year in this house, I sat on the roof with the garden hose.
That's a pretty good. I got a steep roof though.
I think I was driving in your neck of the woods the other day. Oh my God. I went on a tour of Delaware.
When?
On Saturday. I went to 4 different Acme's looking for the 7-Up Shirley Temple, 0 sugar.
How is that?
Oh, it's so good.
Because I saw your.
Good. So me and Ryan didn't have very much to do because Big Daddy was at work. And so I went all the way to Kirkwood Highway Acme. Spoiler, it's closed.
Yeah, I was going to say that's gone.
Or closing. We went to the one in Trolley Square.
Yeah.
We went to.
Wait, Kirkwood
First
Highway
of all, I
Acme is
just fucked
closing?
the 7-Up.
Yes.
Wait, hold up. Back up. Kirkwood Highway Acme is closing?
Yes, that
The
one.
one
That
all the way up, like near Wendy's.
How far back, Pete?
You're
good.
there, right there.
You're good.
Oh, no,
You're good, right there. No, I definitely want to try that.
It's so good. So the
Yeah,
Acme's definitely have it.
Okay.
There's also like a coupon that's going on with the 7-Up, AW, RC Cola brands.
Right.
So I think that's why they had such a big display.
So I want to get Pete's opinion real quick. So you think there's not enough Oreo flavor in
I
the
don't
Oreo
think there's
Coke?
enough Oreo flavoring in the Oreo Coke.
That's crazy.
I feel like it's a perfect amount of Oreo flavor.
Absolutely perfect. They couldn't have
feel
done
like
better.
I can barely taste the Oreo in it.
I
Do
want
you smoke?
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, 'cause
That
your
could be
taste
why.
buds
That's fair.
your taste buds are contaminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can taste everything else.
I now have a refined palate since I've quit smoking. I can pick out flavors. The air is cleaner.
It's crazy, dog.
Yeah, except when I fart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But speaking of smoking, on top of the Mischief Night, because I feel like Mischief Night's kind of waning off. Like it's not as big of a deal.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
no, it's parents don't let their kids out in the streets anymore.
Well, I had a lie.
And everybody.
Dude, let me tell you something. One Mischief Night, I had to run around in fucking high heels because I told my mom I was going to a Halloween party.
And you left the house dressed as a woman.
And I left the house dressed as a woman. Yeah. So, what inevitably happened was, I'm running around in fucking high heels. Because I never dawned on me to like stuff a pair of sneakers out the window or something.
Right.
Never a planner.
No, never been a planner.
Never.
I'm not a planner. I just go.
I just want everybody to stop and take note of the fact that somewhere 30 years ago in New Jersey, Matt was running around in a skirt and heels
300 pounds.
at 300
least.
pounds.
I was probably 350.
6'4", 350.
6'3".
Yeah, I don't need that mental image.
In heels, pearls,
Hammering
had a wig. I was sexy.
Hammering.
I still had
holes
I had a 5 o'clock shadow. I went to a Catholic school, so they made you shave, but I would protest for as long as possible.
Right.
And then they would make you dry shave, but I fucked with them. I kept shaving cream in my locker. So, we're walking around. I'm fucking around. We're in the neighborhood, and we're doing the basic shit.
Little ding dong ditch.
Yeah, some ding dong ditch, some eggs, some toilet paper, firecrackers, all the fucking shit, right? And we're kind of the night's winding down.
Right.
So we're headed back to my house. And we're still fucking around, and we're cutting through my neighbor's yard. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And 2 doors down, this neighbor, they were named the Ambergs. And the Ambergs, Mr. Amberg had like fucking 7 or 8 kids. Matt Amberg was a couple of years older than me. He was locked up for indecent exposure.
Yeah.
Because he waved his dick at his sister and her friend. And the friend went home and said something, and it became this big fucking deal. And
right.
And his dad would not stand for it. His dad would not come to his defense. Dude, he got fucked up. He was fucking around. He was just a year older than they were.
Right.
Anyway, and yes, there should have been some
Even like, predator.
Eventually he was, but that's not the point.
Yeah, that's why his dad fucking knew. Predatory behavior. Oh, I'm just a kid. I just wanted to show my dick.
But so he kind of pops out of nowhere. And like I said, he was older, and he's got a gun.
Oh.
Right? And there's no red tip.
Right.
There's no...
We didn't have that sort of... Well, if we did...
No, but this wasn't like... you could pick out... I knew fucking fake guns.
Right.
This wasn't a fake gun. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing in my yard? I'm like, dude, I'm just cutting through. And he's like... he's giving me a raft of shit, and I'm I had to have been trembling.
Right.
Because there's so much like adrenaline.
Yeah. The high heels, the gun. Yeah, it's very sexy. I get it.
No, right. And so he does this thing where he fucking slams the hammer back and pulls the fucking trigger a couple of times. And when I saw him do that, I felt it in my gut.
Uh-huh.
And then realized there was nothing in my gut. Like,
right.
There was no loud bang.
Uh-huh.
It was just, and he's like, no, dude, it's not loaded. And he's like, and I'm like, dude, what? He's like, and he opened it up and showed me that somebody put cement in the barrel.
Right.
Like it was a prop gun that was supposed to look real, made to look real and made to function.
Right.
But he decided that it was the funniest thing to fuck with me while I was just cutting through his fucking yard.
Bet you were glad you were wearing a skirt.
Yeah, no, it fell right down my leg. I didn't have to. I reacted like I was shot. I screamed like I was shot, dude. Convinced
You shit yourself like you were shot.
I didn't shit myself. Thank God. I didn't.
I have Halloween news.
What's Halloween news?
Marlon Wayans is gonna be in the new Scary Movie.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah,
good stuff.
There's gonna be a new Scary Movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really do that without a Wayans brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He said, we're back. Nearly after 20 years, the Wayans brothers are finally going to give the fans what they've been asking for, a return to the Scary Movie franchise. We're looking forward to having fun on the big screen again.
Now, is Anna Faris coming back with them?
It doesn't mention it in their Instagram post. It's just a picture of like that.
Yeah, it's just a picture of the mask and
okay.
Yeah. But that'd be cool. I don't know if a new Scary Movie is gonna really be popular, because the next story the next thing we wanted to talk about was Dre sent in this story that marijuana consumption among young people is way down.
What?
Yeah,
and I feel like we need to fix this. This is bullshit. We can't be letting our kids go fucking pot free. And then what'll happen next?
What are they doing instead?
Probably heroin. We got to keep them off. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they might just be fucking raw dog in life, but who the fuck wants to do that, for fuck's sake? You know what I mean?
Right?
Fuck that.
Cynical.
Yeah.
But I mean,
are you going to bed?
I am.
Well, good evening, my love. I adore you.
Later, motherfuckers.
You want to show me your tits?
I sure don't.
You want to show the people at home your tits?
Yes.
Go ahead. All right, and
we see where you rate, Maddie.
Yeah, but you guys got any good mischief night stories?
Not
really mischief night stories.
I'll have a good one for you tomorrow. Oh, by the way, you might need an inflator.
Pete, I've already said someone's getting fucking shot. I see you near my car.
It's you.
You're taking one right in the fucking leg, dude. I'm a good shot.
I won't do that to you.
I'm a good shot.
I almost did it the other night because I found myself in your neighborhood again at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh, and I was in there twice. I took a dude from all the way down here in Newark, all the way up there.
We should do something to like where we get Pete. We like lure him to my neighborhood with a fake ride, and then the guy like never shows up, so he's just staring at my car, just staring,
Yeah.
And then like maybe have something like that he needs fall under my car. So he has to like crouch down and get under it.
Uh-huh.
And then I can now take that as an aggressive action. Right in the ass.
Oh, I was thinking we were going to fill your tires with something fun to squirt out on him when he goes to.
Oh, that's a good idea too, but I feel like that would fuck my car.
Come on, you guys act like I'm some sort of amateur at working with tires and shit.
Yeah, but dude, how funny would it be if you went to pull that valve core out and it just sprayed you down with whatever?
You never put yourself in the path.
Never do. Well, my tires full of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
That would be pretty fucking funny.
Mr. Rockdeff, your tires seem to be out of balance. We checked them and they seem to be filled with bull semen.
I'd ask immediately, how do you know it was bull semen?
Well,
and then my answer will be, oh yeah, I was fucking with Pete. And they'll go, oh, okay. Makes perfect sense.
I have some fireworks around here.
I got bottle rockets. You want to fuck with me?
Oh, these are quarter sticks, dude.
A bottle rocket coming from the barrel of a pellet gun goes pretty fucking straight, Pete.
No, it doesn't.
You want to really find out?
Besides, really? Come on.
You want to find out? I'll put little wings on the motherfucker.
Bottle rocket.
Little tail
Please.
motherfucker.
Please.
Take your fucking eye out, dude. I'll shoot your eye out.
Yeah, the other night I had half a mind to text you, hey, so I took the air out of your tires, but I put the air back in.
I replaced it with I took the good air out of your tires and I replaced it with shitty air.
I mean, how do you know how many times I haven't done that?
I put that cheap air in there.
I put your winter air in. I took the summer air out and put the winter air in.
I took all of your expensive air for my tires.
And you fell for it, you fuck.
Why aren't kids smoking weed, man?
I don't. Well, I'll dig into the article and find out. I didn't.
I mean, I know that attitudes are changing about it, but is it just not cool enough to smoke dope anymore?
Oh, marijuana has emerged as one of the most commonly used illicit substances among adolescents in the United States, given the rising number of states legalizing. Wait a minute. All right. The headline wasn't matching what I was reading.
Right.
But
they're giving you some setup is what they're doing.
Yeah, given the rising number of states legalizing recreational marijuana for adults, and the decreasing perception of risk among adolescents, tracking trends in youth marijuana use is more crucial than ever. Researchers from Florida Atlantic University Schmidt College of what the fuck? Has anyone ever heard of the Florida Atlantic University Schmidt College of Medicine? The Schmidt College of, like Mike Schmidt.
I bet they had
a fucking doctor conducted a comprehensive study using data from the Youth Risk Behavior Survey between 2011 and 2021, which surveyed 88,183 adolescents in grades 9 through 12. Researchers focused on the overall time trends in use of marijuana, as well as variations by gender, race, ethnicity, and school grade. This data provides important insight. What?
These. Data is plural. Datum is singular. Data is plural.
Listen, motherfucker.
These data.
Let me explain. All right. That is the same fucking one.
It sounds ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous.
It's correct. I
don't give a fuck.
It's correct.
You son of a bitch.
You can see that I'm right because Maddie's angry now.
These data provide important insights into the changing landscape of marijuana use among American youth.
You know, this sounds like a Schmitty study. The Schmitty doctors did it, didn't they?
Yeah, they're all full of Schmidt.
These Schmidt doctors don't know what the fuck they're doing. I'll tell you that right now. Well, okay, the study published in the journal Pediatric Reports reveals that one of the most striking results from the analysis is the significant decrease in the percentage of adolescents reporting current marijuana use. In 2011, 23.1% of adolescents indicated they were current users, but by 2021, this figure had dropped to 15.8%. Additionally, the percentage of adolescents trying marijuana for the first time before age 13 also saw a notable decline from 8.1 in 2011, to 4.9 in 2021. In 2021, marijuana use was most prevalent amongst 12th graders, 22.4%, followed by 11th graders, 18.87%, with lower usage rates in the earlier grades. From 2011 to 2021, all grades experienced a notable decline in current marijuana use, especially among 9th graders. While there was an overall downward trend over the years, there was a slight increase in use in 2013 and again in 2019. While we observed an overall decline from 2011 to 2021 across all grades, older students consistently report higher usage, particularly 12th graders. This suggests that adolescents advance through high school, they may have greater access to marijuana, influenced by more developed peer networks and increased independence, said Pangiota Yoda Casantias, PhD, corresponding author and professor and chair of the Department of the Population Health and Social Medicine at FAU Schmidt College of Medicine. This trend highlights the need for targeted intervention aimed at older adolescents who are at greater risk of marijuana use. Okay, well, I want to stop there for a second, and I want to explore this because the biggest anti-advocate, like the biggest problem with legalizing marijuana in everyone's mind is that the kids were going to do it. And now what we've seen in the past decade is that less kids are doing it. Less kids are trying it early.
Right.
Okay? Because now it's like alcohol. We've put a date on it. You know what I mean? It's part of the American culture, and we've put a date. You have to be 21 to buy weed.
And the
recreational.
The goody kids are going to follow that.
Right. And there's more goody kids now because there's more safer parents. Like, you developed your attitude just because you were a feral fucking, Gen X, we were fucking feral. They just put us outside and we had to deal with what was out there.
And sometimes there was weed out there.
You know what I mean? But there was a lot of fights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was a lot of just figuring it out.
Yep.
And we became more independent. I mean, I was fucking, like, a lot of my Mischief Night stories include me drinking heavily.
Right.
In high school.
Choosing bad behavior.
Right. That's.
Do you think if you were smoking marijuana, you would have choose less bad behavior?
I think I would have, actually. I think if I would have smoked marijuana in high school, I'd have done a lot better.
You would have whatted?
What?
You would have whatted, Mike?
Would he have done fewer bad things?
Would he have? No, the word you said was you would have choosed.
Oh, did I say choosed instead of chosen?
Yeah.
So sorry.
I'm just busting your stones, man. It's fun.
I know.
I like it when Pete jumps in with really useful things to say.
Huh.
That wasn't one of those times, but I like it when it happens. You know what I mean?
I notice your balls don't have a big crack in them right now. Let me bust those open for you.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
So, fucking Big Daddy. I don't know how long he's been sitting.
What up, bitches?
How you doing, man?
My.
All right, so
we're talking adolescent marijuana use.
We're talking adolescent marijuana use and Mischief Night. So do
okay,
you have
two activities that go together?
They do go together quite well. But do you have any stories that include either marijuana or Mischief Night, or Mischief Night on marijuana?
Plenty. What rating do we want to give this story?
I mean, just give us a good one.
Okay. The first time I went to go get weed. So everyone has a friend named Mike.
Not me in this story.
I will specify it is not this Mike. So I was 18, 19, probably 19. And Mike was probably, I mean, we were the same age-ish, but he was probably a $120 soaking wet, just a skinny little white guy. About as, just picture a 90s thug wannabe white boy.
You're not doing me very much justice by saying it's not me. I was about 125 pounds soaking wet, and
it very well could have been Mike selling you pot. It may have been Mike.
No. So we went to his favorite spot to get weed, which was deep into Philly, Kensington and Allegheny Avenue, K&A. Now, if you've never been to K&A,
I lived 7 blocks from K&A. I lived that park that you pass when you come off 95. You pass a park immediately. That is Madison. Mm-hmm. That is Campbell Square. I lived. I could see. You can see my house from Allegheny. I knew better than to go to fucking K&A.
Yeah, so his favorite spot to get weed was
that's a weird little favorite spot.
It was the little store in K&A, and it was like a kind of like a bodega, like it had a bodega vibe. Like you went in, and there was the guy behind bulletproof glass, and he would slide the glass back, and you'd tell him what you wanted, and brown paper bags and money were exchanged. Anyway, so we go to this spot, and he has me sit in the car at first so he could check it out. So he goes in there, and he comes back, and he says, all right, you got to come with me. Now, again, I was taller, wider, thicker. I was not a good person at that point. So Mike kind of took me everywhere as his muscle. So we go in there, and the guy behind the bulletproof glass, slides it back, and he says, what's your order? And Mike orders, and it's some sort of like Chinese food code word for it. And so I'm just standing there, not really sure what's going on, but I'm not dumb enough to say anything. So Mike hands the guy the money over the counter, and the guy shuts it, and a couple minutes go by, and nothing happens. A couple more minutes go by. Now it's 10, 15 minutes, and nothing's happening. And I feel like we're getting ready to get murdered in this place. And then so Mike bangs on the glass, and he's like, yo, where my shit? And then the guy, a few minutes later, the guy pulls the thing back and points a gun through it. And it says, something about like the transaction's off or the deal's off or whatever it is. And as soon as that gun came out, I start backing up out the fucking store. Mike is running off at the mouth. I'll come back here and I'll shoot up this fucking place and I'll do this. And I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here. So, I pulled him back by his collar. We lost $20. I think we got cheesesteaks after that. So that was my first experience.
Not from that place, though.
Not from that place, but that was my first experience buying weed from K&A.
No, it's not. That's your first experience attempting to buy weed in K&A.
That's a fair point. That was my first experience getting robbed at K&A. It was not the last time. It was not the only time.
Yeah, I've been robbed at K&A. Shit.
The times that we didn't get robbed at K&A, the weed was really good shit. I will tell you that.
You know that spot I go to, Berman's,
Mm-hmm.
that I've been talking about? They have this fucking thing of these little fucking tubes, right? And it's a 0.5 gram joint for $7.
Wait a minute. I think that looks like the one.
They don't know what it is. This one's really small.
Oh, no, this one's bigger.
But
this one was from Pure Shaka.
They don't know what it is. They're just fucking 0.5 gram fucking joints. Shit works. Whatever it is, it fucking works. I'm very happy with it.
The next time the next time we got weed, we had he showed me weed in Kamikaze. And we went to a military base in either Warminster or Warrington, whichever one has the military base.
I think it's Warminster.
I think it is Warminster.
Yeah.
And so we're on the military base. I am fucked up off of Kamikaze. And they had a little bar, karaoke bar downstairs. And I have gotten in so much trouble. Whenever a DJ plays Baby Got Back, something happens and I lose my shit. So I've got the mic. I'm singing karaoke Baby Got Back. And there is this, I told this story before. And there is a muscular black gorilla mouthed woman. I am fairly certain it was a woman, but she had on a little red polka dot skirt and some sort of top, and she's got a leg up and she's grinding on me, and I'm singing Baby Got Back, and I don't remember what happened the next 10 minutes after I was singing the song, but I do remember that 10 minutes after that point, the next thing that I remember is we were hauling ass in the middle of the night down the street from the military base. And I was like following Mike because we knew where the car was. And he was like, just keep running, keep running, keep running. I don't know what we were running from, but I wasn't going to stop and ask. So we're just haul assing to the car. We get to the car and peel out. Never look back. Never called. Never. No, that was the end of that.
So what did you ask him while you were driving away? What the fuck was going on?
I don't remember a goddamn thing about it. I have
all right, well, that's a fucking good story.
So
I have no memory.
No good story starts with "I had a salad."
I remember grinding on this gorilla mouth bitch, and then I remember
gorilla mouth bitch.
And then I remember running for my fucking life at top speed down the fucking highway to get to the car. And then I remember driving away as fast as we could. And the next thing I remember was waking up in the middle of the night back at his house.
So can I tell you my favorite part of that story?
Mm-hmm.
Is when you got to the point of the girl you were dancing with. And you couldn't decide whether you were being just plain offensive or full on racist. And you
No, the problem was he was being completely honest. It just sounds offensive and full on racist.
And the light bulb because wait a minute, I'm black. I can say this.
You saw that little hesitation, yeah. Fuck it, I can say it.
You can say whatever you want. And one of the places you can say whatever you want is in the C block, which is coming up right after this. We've hit the 50-minute mark on the B block. We have run through our course of what we had planned, and we've told our respective stories. I think it's time to bring this to an end, start up C block, and continue this fantastic audio phenomenon that we call the Mediavirus Podcast.
All right, I agree with that, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the 208th B block on the Mediavirus Podcast. We'll be back with a C block right after this.
Gooch gets a little closer.
I gotta pee.